Hi guys, in this video I'm going to give you a kind of live view of how I would do a healing ceremony, how I would set up the beginning of a shamanic healing ceremony. Call it a shamanic healing ceremony, spiritual healing, energy healing, whatever you like, it's kind of all related. But this is really how I would set up, so I'll talk you through it, and how I would do the calling in, most importantly, to open the space for the healing session. I very much practice with shamanic healing practices. If you look on my channel, you'll see another video called What is Shamanic Healing, which will give you the background to that, so I won't talk all about it here, but it is basically, you know, a journey into the soul, a journey to connect with your higher self, with spirit. And if I was doing a ceremony, which is absolutely what you can do as well by yourself in the comfort of your own home, you can follow this video to kind of give you a good introduction to that. So what you want to do is find a space where you're really comfortable. It's beautiful and sunny outside today, which would be perfect, but I fear that my neighbours might be listening in, so I've just picked inside. Space where you can be undisturbed for an hour if possible. I usually have my crystals around, a bit of a candle. I've got my crystal bowl here, which I usually use to kind of set the scene, and I'll show you that in a second. And then most importantly, my sage, which I'm going to burn. And I've got my beautiful feather, which I use to do the kind of smudging with the sage. But you really don't have to have all these things. If you've just got one candle and yourself, that's completely fine. Just give yourself something that you can kind of focus in on. And then what you want to do is be in the space, you know, really just do some deep breathing at first and kind of picture from the root chakra a white light going down into the earth, and just focus on picturing that for a while. I won't talk you all through that now, but just to really ground yourself in the space, do really deep breathing in and out of the belly, through the nose or the mouth, one or the other, not both at the same time, and just ground yourself into the space. And then I usually do something to kind of bring in the energy. So I might do something like that usually, but you know, don't feel that you have to. If you've got a chime or a bell or something that you want to do to kind of announce almost like your arrival, that you've come into the space and you're ready to open the space. And then for the calling in, so this is about calling in spirit and kind of making that connection. And I work a lot with the fae, with the fairies, so mine is very much attuned to that, but something along these lines will work, you know, whatever you prefer. And it can be much simpler than this, but I'll just show you how I usually do it. So I usually start by then basically saying, calling in all the beings of light, all the beings of the highest realms, the ascended masters, the great ones, the wise ones, calling you in to please be with us today for this ceremony, looking for the highest good and guidance to help guide us through life, to help guide us on our journey, calling in the power of all of nature, the great forests and mountains, calling in the power of the salamanders, the elements of fire, calling in the power of the gnomes and the elements of earth, calling in the power of the sylphs and the elements of air, and calling in the power of the undines and the elements of water. Please be with us for this ceremony. We are here to listen, we are here to receive. We come with gratitude in our hearts, we are open to receiving. We wish to transmute all negative energy, moving it around the body, transmuting it back to its original form of love. Anything not in its highest form of love is not welcome to be present in this ceremony with us. Calling many blessings into our lives at this time, calling on the power of Pachamama, Father Sky, all the Fae, for our highest good and guidance. So something along those lines, and I kind of mix it up with all different things depending on how I'm feeling, but that's a kind of shortish version. So it's always good to kind of do it with real gratitude. I usually actually have the prayer pose when I'm calling in, or I put my hands on my heart, eyes closed. You can say something so much more simpler though. Just be, you know, you can use your own name, you know, hello, this is Victoria. I'm calling in all my guides and guardians. Please be with me in the ceremony. Please bring me wisdom and insight for my highest good and guidance. May all the beings of light and love be present. And it's usually important to say something along the lines of anything not of its highest form of love is not allowed to be present or must transmute back to its original form in order to be in this space. because it's important to remember that really everything comes from love, and anything that's not of love is just a disfigured form, because it's filled with fear, it's filled with anger, and it just needs to be healed to go back to its original form. So I always make sure to say that. And then what you want to do once you've done that is lie down and go into like a meditative state, and you probably want some music playing. You know, there's loads of things on YouTube or wherever that you can get for free. If you want to go into a fully guided shamanic meditation into the three worlds, which is the upper, middle and lower, on my website healingwiththefae.com I have a downloadable shamanic journey, literally for 10 quid, that you can just plug into your phone, through your iPod, into your phone, and sit and listen to that, and that will fully guide you through a whole guided session of 45 minutes. Both the middle, upper and lower worlds. And on the site I'll talk to you about what those three worlds mean, which journey you might want to go on first, what for, etc. So then you're going to go into your guided meditation either with that kind of support or just listening to music, doing deep breathing, really trying to kind of clear the mind. Don't worry too much, whatever thoughts come through, just allow them, they're there for a reason. You can kind of thank them for being there, or you can kind of say, I'm going to come back to you later, thank you, you can now move on. You can kind of just keep doing that in your brain to try to just get control of the stories that will keep coming into your mind. And the breathing is the main thing. The breath is the absolute key to meditation. It's the key thing that will keep you centered, and the more you do it, the easier it will get. So don't worry if you kind of go into this and as soon as you try to meditate you feel like I'm just I just can't quiet my mind. That's totally fine. That's 100% comes with practice and comes with going on that journey. Just keep bringing the mind back to the breath. It can be really helpful to say, I am here now, and just keep repeating that with every inhale and exhale. So like, I am here now, every time you breathe in and out. And if you keep doing that, the mind will just have to come back to the breath until it really can stay focused on it, and then you can really journey out to your higher self, to a whole higher state of consciousness, if you really keep doing that and keep doing the deep breathing throughout. When you come out of your kind of meditation, it's useful to make sure you kind of drink some water, stretch, and then what I usually do is pick a card, like an oracle card. At the moment I'm really into Moonology, which is really beautiful set by Yasmin Boland. You can get these probably anywhere really. Pick a card, just pick one and just kind of have it as your little piece of sort of information or insight after the session that you might take with you through the day. And then really important to close the space. So once you've done that, you want to kind of come back in to say, thank you for this beautiful ceremony today. Thank you to my guides. Thank you to all the beings of light who were present. Thank you to all of spirit, Pachamama, anyone who was present with us, anything that was present with us in this ceremony. We thank you so much, and we have huge gratitude for sharing this space with you. Anything along those lines, just to close the space. And that's really how you do it. So I hope you found this useful, and really, really have a go at home, and don't worry about equipment and things. All you need is you breathing. That's literally it. That is really, really what you want to try to do. Thank you.